and I think you should be good. Now, this video, I may go a little more in depth about the actual creation of the character trigger. Now that you have a good understanding of building the character and then creating your symbol and understanding what symbology or what symbols can do, then you want to actually move into creating the trigger. And this process involves a lot of visualization, very calm state of being, and your precise location or where you want to set the trigger. Now you want to set this where it's just not going to ever happen. There's no other way this could happen except by you. And only you should know where your trigger is at. Private security force, and then you have somebody also that will book everything for you. All you do is say the word. And also you have the most wonderful relationship with your parents and everybody, or your children, and the people that you want in your life. It's like your children and then everybody else you want. Just immaculate. That feeling, what would it feel like of just, man, everything is lined up and perfect. Once you get there again and you hit that feeling, hit that trigger one more time, what this will do is start building the trigger, that process of when it gets hit, this is what responds in the brain, which your subconscious sees immediately. So then from there, wait one more day and do it again. Go through your process, set that trigger again, and I think you should be good. Now, the locations that I choose, or the times that I choose to use that trigger, is about a year ago, my mind would start going crazy during the day, worrying, stressing, and I would sit there and it's like, what would this character do in this situation that I'd hit my character trigger? And then I just imagine that feeling, and that feeling would initially wash over me, and I'd feel it like, okay, I can step through this. That's what it feels like. Over time of doing that for a few months, when my body or my mind would get into that scenario of, uh-oh, I'm going to this place of chaos and don't know what to do, the future's like unknown, automatically it switches to that memory that's been created of that character and that feeling and that confidence, and it just starts automatically happening. You're like, oh man, this is like magic. And the best places I've found, or the best times I've found also, you want to use your character triggers on your own as well, not just when you really need it. Here's what I highly suggest. Get on an exercise bike, put it on the hardest level, and do it as hard as you can. And that may be super slow, and do it until it really hurts and you want to quit. As soon as you quit, hit that character trigger and do just 30 seconds more and then stop. Where in the past you would have quit, now you're telling your subconscious this character steps in and does a little more no matter what. So the next time, maybe a week, 3 or 4 days later, you go sit on the exercise bike again, put it on level 20, and then you go as hard as you can. And whenever you just absolutely have to stop, and you're just like, oh, and it doesn't matter. It's like wherever your stopping point is, that's where it is. But that's what's programmed into you. And as soon as you hit that stopping point again, hit that trigger, get that feeling, and do 30 seconds more. And you want to repeat this and repeat this and repeat this. And what you're going to do is program your body as soon as it feels, when your body feels stressed, worn out, tired, and ready to quit. Guess what? There's a new program that carries you a little further. Then you're programming in that trigger on a very, very, very deep level. So then when you're in the real world, this ridiculous society, you're going around and there's all these crazy things that are trying to get your attention and your demands and stresses. Just take a centering breath and hit that trigger, because guess what? That other program that you're putting in can take you 30% more or 30 seconds longer. And after that 30 seconds, you know, like usually you realize things are okay. Your brain's calmed down and you feel that confidence. So that's how a character trigger can be created and then utilized, but then also understanding the components of the character trigger and what you're doing is vital. And in the next video, I'm probably going to start talking about biomechanically in the brain about the energy and energy usage and diverting the energy and what you're doing with it. Cool beans.